my interestingness. You know, I'm at the point where I'm starting to feel like my vlogs are so boring because I don't necessarily have like the most interesting life. Oh, it's weird. I don't know. I feel like I'm hitting a plateau in like my interestingness from my vlogs. I don't know. I'm gonna eat and then go to the gym and then go to work.
This should not be a thing.
Today is my day off, which means it's solo date time. Or artist date time. Sorry. This kind of has to do with like not feeling like an artist because I don't feel like I dress like an artist, if that makes sense. I wear like the same things every day because of my job, and I honestly feel like I don't have fun with my style, and it kind of makes me feel lame. Like I'm not excited to get dressed in the morning, and that was something that I used to really like doing. I want to get more clothes so I can feel more confident, and then of course feel more confident in my ability to be an artist. I'm gonna go to the thrift store. I'm gonna go and put my headphones on and just walk around, and we'll see how that goes. Let's go to the thrift store. It's actually such a nice day out. Lower 70s, so it's not hot, which is great because I ain't got no air conditioning. I have my matcha. It's iced, but it's in a hot cup. I'm really excited now. My style has always been something that I've played with. I think what you wear is a huge reflection of who you are. As I've been going through these big changes in my life, I identify less and less with who I am. And what I wear is a part of that. This journey through the artist way has shown me that I can identify myself in many different ways and still be an artist. But the further away I am from my true self, the further away I am from being my artist self. So walking around the thrift store and grabbing pieces I wouldn't normally wear was a way for me to figure out who this new version of myself really is. Maybe grab some pieces and see the physical embodiment of her. I left with, I think, 4-5 things. And I got a good amount of basic stuff, which is good. So this is stuff that I'll be able to wear multiple times throughout the week and just change up my outfit a little bit. Can I get the order of the tteokbokki? And can I add ramen to it? Thank you.
DKNY, $8.
Cute. Very cute.
Right?
And it doesn't look like people really wore them because the lines aren't faded and they're they still not worth
Or drive a fancy car.
There's not much sun out, but I guess I'll still enjoy the nature even though there's no sun. Look at the sky right now. Couple clouds will never stop my shine, I guess.
This week focused a lot on, actually I have no idea what this week focused on, recovering your sense of power, which was actually very funny because this week I struggled a lot with anger. I didn't know why. Well, I did know why, but I also didn't see how it was benefiting me. It kind of showed that anger is an emotion that's really important for you to feel, and you could learn a lot from it. So I was angry, thinking about how people treated me in the past, how often in relationships I'm abandoned, and I just felt so angry. I just kept on being mad that it didn't really necessarily cause me to move forward. And that's kind of 100% okay. Sometimes it's important to sit down and stay in the same place and stay mad and figure out why you're mad. This week I did a lot of the activities, and that was my main goal because I've really just been doing the morning pages and the artist dates. I kind of want to go into them because they were pretty interesting. One of the activities that I did kind of went into writing the traits that you liked about yourself when you were a kid. I wrote, I observed and didn't feel the need to talk. I feel like as an adult, I feel the need to fill a room with my personality and my words. And sometimes it's better just not to say anything. And as a kid, I understood that. And also I was unapologetically myself. That 100% is something that I want to put forth in my life more. I want to be more unapologetically myself. As a kid, this was a trait that I had. I'm kind of known as the person who holds grudges in my family, but truthfully, as a kid, I was so quick to see who somebody was, and I let someone show me who they were instead of creating this idea of who they could be in my head. And I think if I went in my adult life with that mentality, a lot of relationships wouldn't have lasted as long as they did. And I kind of regret switching that trait. I also want to go into the grief segment. Being angry kind of makes you feel like you're grieving a lot, and anger is a big part of grief. Write about the 5 people who have passed away who you would love to, spend the afterlife with, and what traits about them interested you. The person I wrote, of course, was my pop because he's my best friend. Ooh, I feel stupid. Why am I getting emotional? But the reason why I always loved my pop is he was always so himself. He didn't really care who it pissed off, and honestly, he pissed a lot of people off with the way he acted and how he was. I used to envy that he was like that because I just didn't understand how a human being could care so little about what other people thought of them. But I think it's because he had a hard life and he would rather not make it harder by being something he's not. The next person is my niece, baby girl JJ. During the last couple months of her life, she was in constant pain, and no matter how much pain she was in or how much she was suffering, she would always smile. I kind of admired that part of her. I feel like sometimes she would see that my sister was upset, who is her mother, and she would smile just to give her that little bit of comfort. I kind of want to be that for other people, and I want other people around me obviously to be that too. It's okay to be hurt and sad and angry when you struggle, but I also think there is some comfort in it sometimes, and sometimes you could bring that comfort to yourself. And I always appreciated that aspect of her and loved that aspect of her. No matter what, she always smiled, and it was just such a beautiful thing. And my Nana K, and this one might be weird and a little personal, she's my Nona. She grew up in an old school Italian family, and I'm gonna piss off some Italians by saying this, that means racist a majority of the time. She was raised in such a racist household that she thought the N-word was just the word you use to describe Black people. And despite the fact that she was raised to hate a group of people so much, she still refused to be that as she grew older, especially after I was born. During the last years of her life, I was the closest person to her. She let love outweigh the hate that she was taught. And I admire that because she could have been closed-minded for the rest of her life, and she decided not to be, and she made the choice to be better, hoping that I do that on a daily basis. And if I don't, I hope that I learn from my closed-mindedness and become more open-minded. And then lastly, I'm going to say my Gigi, a little bit of a history lesson. My Gigi had gone through so much. She is older. She was definitely alive during segregation, and she was kind of taught that her life meant nothing just because of the color of her skin. Despite that, she would never talk about the pain that she dealt with in her life or struggles in a negative light. She always talked about how she learned from something, or in a way how it benefited her. And I'm not saying that a struggle, everybody deserves a struggle, and I'm not the type of person, oh, you go through something for a reason. I'm not that type of person. I'm going more into the fact that her perspective on life was truthfully breathtaking. She lived a very long life, and she was extremely grateful for it. She built a very big family. She's my pop-up's mother, and she has a lot of grandkids, a lot of great-grandkids, a lot of great-great-great-grandkids, and it's like over 100 people who exist just from her existence. I'm hoping that I could be that and I could have that, because I want to appreciate life more instead of focusing on all the negatives that are in my life. So I'm just going to read this tidbit and just end off on there. I'm starting to think that others benefited from me feeling small, but they never considered that it was just a feeling and not reality. Once I removed the shackles I let them put on me, how big I was finally showed, and how small they were became clear. And I guess I'll end it there.